Well, the parents of a Hingham High School student are suing the school after their son was accused of cheating because he used AI on an assignment.
Hello everybody, today we're going to be watching and reacting to a news story about parents suing a school because their son got caught using AI. I also have additional information that the news story might not cover. You might be wondering, why do I even care about this subject? Well, I care because I'm actually a special education teacher. I've been a special education teacher since 2019. I have knowledge in this area, at least when it comes to teaching and where this could lead to. So I just want to give kind of like my opinion and my thoughts on this whole AI situation. Before we start the video, remember to subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers. Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. And the clock is ticking. This case could not only impact his college admissions, but it could have implications at schools across the state.
They told us that our son cheated on a paper, which is not what happened.
Jennifer and Dale Harris say Hingham High School teachers, administrators, and the school district have unfairly punished their son after he used AI on a history paper. They say the high school handbook never mentioned AI until this incident with their son, only adding this language this year.
So basically what they're saying is when their son got caught using AI at the time, they didn't have a rule for it, so he could use AI, but the way he used it, when they get deeper into the story, if the news story doesn't cover it, I'll talk about it. But the way he used it in his history report is why he got caught. On top of that, it was a group project. That's also important because during this group project, they had two heads and they both decided to use AI instead of moving forward with their own thoughts and doing their own research.
Basically punished him for a rule that doesn't exist.
School teacher Dale and writer Jennifer know the debate around AI. In their lawsuit, they say
I'm be honest, I didn't know when I was doing my research that they actually are teachers, so they kind of have information on why this is important as well. Just like me, this is important to talk about because the way you use AI in schools now, especially children, sometimes they use it to do their whole project, and sometimes they'll use it to help create the idea and get the idea started. And those are two different areas. Getting the idea started and then doing your own research is being accountable, so you're not plagiarizing. When you're just using AI, what AI is doing is grabbing everybody else's information that they've done over the years. It's just scraping the internet and putting it together, which isn't really you, and doesn't help a student with comprehension skills. It doesn't help a student with reading between the lines, understanding what's a good source and a bad source, what's an opinion and what's a fact. Certain things like that are crucial skills, but that's just my take on it. What is your take on AI, honestly? Before we get really deep into it, what are your thoughts? Do you think this is good for students? Do you think this is bad for students? I'm kind of up in the air. I'll talk about that more later on in the video.
not to write the paper, but the school saw it differently and punished him with detention. His grades suffered. He was not allowed into the National Honor Society, and now he's at risk of getting into his top choice schools.
In my lay opinion, they violated his civil rights. They treated him and punished him more severely than other students.
He got a perfect score on the ACTs, and he's looking to go to Stanford or MIT or some of the top schools, and he's missed the opportunity already for rolling admissions.
Their lawyer says this case shows there should be policies around using AI in school.
There should be policies around using AI, and their son shouldn't be used as the stepping stone to do that. Like, he shouldn't be punished for that. And they didn't mention that the detention was Saturday detention. This is why I like doing the research before watching the news story, because I know a lot of background that they aren't talking about, like the group project, the fact that it was Saturday detention, the fact that it was about a basketball player specifically, and that the grade that he got, that it's, I'm not sure about this because they're saying the grade that he got was a C plus or a D. But you got to hear the grading system. They said a C plus was a 53. I remember when I was in school, 55 was failing. And I know grading is not the same in every school, and I don't know how this teacher graded it, but still 59 is a B minus on a writing project, and you're going to MIT and Stanford, and nothing against the kid. I'm not taking, this isn't against him at all. This is against that grading policy. How is 53 a C+.
That says AI isn't plagiarism.
Until then, this family wants the school to change course.
I'd also like them to put in place an AI policy that makes sense, that the teachers understand, that they can then articulate to the students.
You can't undo some of these punishments. You already made him redo the paper. You can't undo the Saturday detention that you gave him. But there are some things that you can fix right now and do the right thing.
Now, in their legal filing, the school says that they do have policies regulating the use of AI and have spoken to students about how and when to use it. There's a hearing on this case in federal court next week. Live in Hingham, Sean Shai about WCVB News Center 5.
I also want to cover some things that they didn't mention. There was other students that are in the National Honor Society. Specifically, they said at least 7 other students who were previously inducted into the National Honor Society that had academic integrity infractions of cheating on their record. Of one of those inducted previously used AI on the paper. So there were people already in their National Honor Society that used AI. So it's unfair to him to do that. And I agree with the parents on that. Because it is, I don't know if it's a civil rights matter. It's definitely a student rights matter. Because you have rights as a student. You do. You know, you have the right to an education. And you have the right for that education to be honored, especially if it's in a school system like that. We get a National Honor Society ranking. If you're getting a 59, I don't know about that. It is academic integrity at the end of the day. If a kid can't even do the research part of his history paper, he's absolutely going to attend college. Part of studying history is finding out a good first or secondary source. Asking AI to just give you the information which doesn't come with any references to support where you got it or its credibility can sometimes be seen as lazy. I'm not saying the kid is lazy, because I'm be real with you, I use AI. I don't want to say all the time. If I want to create a quick learning target or a quick bulletin board project related to something, I use AI. I use that. I'm be real with you. I use AI in the beginning of my YouTube. I kind of use it to write scripts or figure out what to do. It's a good tool. It's honestly a good tool. It's how you use the tool, right? And the thing is, how did he get caught using AI? That's the thing that's blowing my mind. Did he not take away the little things that say it's coming from ChatGPT or something like that? And this is how you know as a teacher. As a teacher, you know certain patterns of how a kid writes and certain things that they do, like writing and over and over again. There's certain mannerisms that they have or when they're doing something that come up. And I don't know how the teacher caught it. I don't know if they have some crazy system that they use, like colleges do, to see if you're plagiarizing. Also, the project that he was doing was about Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, a legendary basketball player, which there's so much information about that. He could have easily found that. That's not hard. I think it's important for the parents to push forward with this, because they should, especially because it is unfair. And my son already got, I'm saying like from the dad's perspective, my son already got Saturday detention. He's already redoing this paper. Like, you can at least give him the grade and put him in the honor society. You already messed up. Don't make him the victim. Your facility or your school's handbook for not updating its policies long time ago. Don't update the policy now that my son got caught in this BS.
Mike Sullivan is live in Hingham this evening. And Mike, his parents are arguing there is no mention of an AI ban in the student handbook.
Correct. They're saying this is really sort of the start of something, a precedent, the first time where a school is really being challenged over AI. They liken it to when calculators were first introduced to the classroom and teachers didn't know whether to let students use it, or when AI started to take over encyclopedias as a primary search tool.
To talk about the calculator thing, I still don't like kids using calculators unless it's high-level math. I teach 5th grade. You don't need a calculator in 5th grade, right? Unless you're... No, you don't need a... Type a reason below why you need a calculator in 5th grade. I would love to know your reason. But we use tables and things like that so students can learn how to use arrays and circles and groups and how to find factors and things like that. You might not use fractions as much as an adult, but these are things you want to learn as a kid. And if you're using a computer or something else to take over, you're kind of losing that part of your brain. Like I said, I teach special ed. There's certain, I'm kind of going on a random tangent here. There's certain things that I do that probably would benefit by using a calculator. But I also want the students to learn strategies when the calculator isn't around, you know, even though they're probably always going to have a calculator in their pocket now because they have cell phones. But still, it really helps with memory and retention, and these are skills you want them to learn.
A next generation conflict has hit Hingham High.
Caught at the center is a student who's top of his class with a perfect ACT score.
Oh, this is a kid I really believe can do anything he wants.
His mother, Jennifer Harris, is a writer. His father, a teacher himself.
At the end of this year, he will have taken 10 AP classes.
In one of his courses, he was assigned to do a paper on a famous person and their civil actions. He and his partner chose Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. During the process, they used AI to generate notes and to create an outline, not to write the paper itself. In your mind,
What are your thoughts about that? Creating an outline and all that other stuff, but not write the paper itself? I think they should have gathered the notes. Getting the sources is fine. Maybe if they said, what should the first paragraph be about, the second paragraph be about? But then still, you want to be able to learn how to do that on your own and have that flow state of writing without a computer doing that. Create the outline and the notes. I'm a little 50-50 on that.
was this cheating?
Absolutely not. First of all, the school had no policy on AI.
She says the two students were interviewed by the school without the parents being notified.
And I know for a fact that my son defended himself to the head of the department and said, AI use is not cheating, it is not plagiarism. That's what they're saying, it's plagiarism. He said, if you look it up, it is well documented that AI is the property of the person who generated it.
In response, the school had the two children redo.
I've never heard that before, because that's like the whole AI art thing. If I put in a prompt and I create AI art, do I own that AI art? Can I put it up for sale? Or is that me cheating as being an artist? When I create my bulletin board activities, is that me cheating my education on learning how to become a teacher? I don't know, because I'm the one putting in a prompt. Again, how did he get caught doing this? That's blowing my mind.
The assignment separately and on a different topic.
We found out in the court documents that they were never going to give him a grade higher than a 65, which is odd because the other student got a 75 on his paper.
As a result of the incident, her son hasn't been able to complete college applications due to the unresolved nature of the situation. It's blocked him from early or rolling admissions.
He's looking at some of the top schools in the country, you know, his top.
How did that stop him from early and enrolling? Maybe he doesn't manage his time well, or his parents didn't manage his time well for him. I don't know how everybody rocks out. I don't know how all schools are, but that just sounds funny to me.
Wants to go to most to Stanford.
The Harris family is now suing the school, saying his civil rights are being violated. Because of the case, the district will not comment on the incident.
We've already gotten something out of it, which is his induction into the National Honor Society.
Their lawyer, Peter Farrell, says the organization originally denied him because of the AI situation. He says an investigation showed 7 other accepted students had disciplinary actions, including the use of AI. The organization has since let him reapply.
He hasn't received anything, but their paperwork to the court says that he was inducted on October 8th. So we don't know whether he's in or not.
I would just go with the paperwork from the court. If the court paperwork says October 8th, then it's October 8th. Use that in your college applications and admissions. He can still go to college, though. Nothing's stopping him from transferring to Stanford or transferring to MIT. And there's plenty of people that go to a school and say they're going to transfer and never do, and still get the same opportunities. As long as he gets a good education at the school that he goes to, it doesn't have to be Stanford, it doesn't have to be MIT. Yeah, those schools sound great. Imagine what kind of job he wants at the end of the day, and his mind can fucking change too.
Well, the Harris family says that their student is not the first student to be disciplined for AI at the school, and they hope that their situation can help to create a policy, and that policy is adequately told to parents and to students. Live in Hingham, I'm Mike Sullivan, WBZ News.
Won't be the first or last time that happens. Mike Sullivan, thank you.
So that's the story about the parents suing a school because their son got caught using AI and supposedly it was plagiarism. But I really want to know your thoughts on this whole situation. My closing thoughts are, I mean, a part of me really doesn't care, to be real with you. Like, it's just a funny ass story. But another part of me does care because it could end up affecting a lot of people. And this is what I mean. When things like this happen and laws change when it comes to education, and now let's say AI can be used in schools, the next thing is teachers have to get trained in how to find AI or teach students how to use AI. So then that leads to another organization teaching students how to do that and teaching teachers how to do that. So basically it creates a catalyst of organizations wanting to create a program that teaches teachers how to find AI and when is it plagiarism and when is it not. And that just takes more money from education and more time from teachers to learn something that really I don't see a lot of high school teachers going out of their way to be like, oh my God, you use AI like it's a big deal. That's how a lot of teachers think. To give you a deeper point of view, like if you want to cheat, you're kind of just cheating yourself at the end of the day. If you want to sit there and use AI, if you want to sit there and use a calculator, just to go back to the calculator thing, you're cheating yourself from something that your brain can learn and hold, and a major skill. And I mean, I see that all the time as a teacher. I see the kids who use their multiplication tables and cheat to use their multiplication tables all the time. You know, and I don't stop them because I was a kid like that. But now as an adult, I'm like, damn, I really wish I would have worked harder on learning my multiplication facts. Most you can do is, as a teacher, is be a really good mentor and lead people on the right path. Helps guide children. Anyways, that's like a mini teacher rant. Let me know your comments below. I honestly do want to hear what people have to say about this. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you guys in the next one. Peace.